Hello. Hello. City. Would you all shut up for me? We're going to get started. I'm really sorry, I'm really late. Just some rules first. When people are reading, try and be quiet for me. There's no bar up here, so if you're going for pints, just try and be conscious, obviously. A lot of the people reading will be very nervous, you know, so be gentle. There's some cans up here still. Don't be afraid to take two, I suppose. Take photographs of your cans and tag Reva and tell them how nice they are, because they'll love me then, you know, and then that ensures more cans going forward. I think that's it, I suppose. Just make sure, is everyone who wants to read written their name down? Yeah? OG? Okay, sound. We'll get started. The first act is Seán McFay. Seán came here last month and read, and I just asked him straight away if he wanted to come back this month, and I'll pay him this time, you know. But I'm not too ready, Seán, yeah? I'm not ship ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yo! Okay.
Hello, folks. I got a joke. How does Sisyphus like his whiskey? On the rocks. So a princess walks through a meadow, and she sees a talking frog, and the frog goes, "Hey, listen, I may be an ugly frog, but if you lean down and kiss me right on the lips, I'll turn into a beautiful, dashing, handsome prince." And she goes, "Fuck that, I'd rather meet a talking frog." By the way, my name's Seán Gibson, not Seán McVeigh. I don't know who that guy is. But in fairness, I don't know who Seán Gibson is either, so. This first poem is called The Leadbreaker, and it's about an individual who's writing poetry with such intensity and fervor that he breaks the lead of his pencil. All the stars of Orion couldn't enlighten him. Draft all the drafters in the nation, he'd be editing them. I see. You heard word of a writer, a paperback writer. Rhyme this here. Critter. We all used to call him the Leadbreaker. Oh no, I dropped my whole entire soul down the toilet bowl. I know you know that I know that you know. But how though could you so when setters go on the low? Now that I stubbed my toe on God's throne, I gotta pick a bone with my very own sense of space, cause this just ain't the place to have to retrace dormant kisses, fights of races, frights on faces, rights white laces, the wars of the ages, charlatans, sages, shamans, pages, taxless Catholic rage is the salty tears of sweet baby Jesus. I can feel the jokes coming, the miles are running, scorns are raining, life's amazing, considering and realizing the timing, the luck, the findings, the trust that tilts our signings. I'm willing to bet you didn't even bother to vet the rest of the sets, you're gonna let the rent get heaven sent. So some bent jet set gent and gasp your vent. I regress, I guess you're just off air for Lent. So let me get it with fries as we feast our melting eyes on broken smiles, red torn skies, filling rubbish piles, declassified files that come as no surprise. Let's get it. Let's get fret, set and restless, bugged out and reckless, fucked up and factless, laughed out and breathless, lucked out and loveless. Hog-tied, well underdressed, so file the rest, under depressed, under duress, chronically compassionless, politically compassless, from conservative gay sex to a curved fascist complex. Should sought not the office just on the off chance to jump social class through a corrupted Congress using the blood-bath cash alliance to pay, pave, and slay their way through a modern romance. Pain is everywhere, forget him or her. Remember to remember, swear to hold dear what was once feared. Ignite the stake of all your mistakes, need that bake for breakfast steak, digest your fate, and show up fastly lit. I know, you know, that I know, that y'all know, No to woes, it's so that from down below I can heed my role and upscale my soul like this goddamned bowl. All the cynicism couldn't stop him. Erase all the words in the lexicon, he'd still be saying them. I see. You heard talk of a talker. Top tightrope walker. Rhyme this here. Equator. Sometimes they call me the Leadbreaker. Thank you very much. For my next trick, I'll need this empty pint glass. That's why I brought it up here. It's also a nice reminder, you know. This poem is called the Crockery Rockery, and it's about the kitchen of all places, which is statistically the most dangerous place in the house. Fuck, shit, cum, cunt, dick, twat, wanker, pussy, prick. Bite me, fight me, slight me, write me, cite me, thank you. Are you sure you know you definitely want to go with me to the Crockery Rockery? Nice ringtone. It's got mixed reviews, but hey, we're on the local news. We got knives, we got forks, we got perfectly pointy skewers and sporks, a cast iron skillet, hand wash for you big dorks, drawers, stores, stairs, mine and yours, his and hers, cheers, cupboards, apple cores, washing boards, random drawers, peppercorns, floorboards, or tiles, bitch. Pick your own styles, rich. Miles and miles with no piles of dish airs. Are these your wish airs? Because these are pictures of the Mr. and Mrs. eating sandwiches. For dinner, for breakfast, like a supper or a lunch enthusiast. Start right, outcast, capital hitch, high class, or straight up motherfucking dumbass. It's a land not small, but it's a place for all. A pelt hunter, earth lover, carpet bagger, political plugger, back shover, steak raiser, pet widger, wage slaver. You see, this is the land of condiments and cutlery. Welcome to the Mo-lovin' Crockery Rockery. I'm clearly masochistic, pseudo-sophisticated, scholastic, scholar mystic, semi-syllogistic, anti-realistic, anthropomorphic, stick insect, and lipstick. But even a blind old me could clearly see it's not known to every mother or every son that cooking is for everyone. Can you believe I actually brought like a spoon just for that?
Yeah, bro. Works perfectly.
If anyone needs some tea stirred, I'm your man. You know? I'll do that thing that poets do where they get like honest and intimate. So my family's been really struggling a lot those last 2 years. Both of my parents are real sick, and I've been taking care of the family dog. And so this poem is essentially about how I take care of my dog, but really he takes care of me. You know. If you like themes of horror, it's got the devil in it. You know. It's pretty horrific, right? Nobody knows which way the wind blows when time stands still. Writing false moments into no one's sonnets could make an honest man ill. The world's eyes are woven on a loom of lies, but within the tallest fallacy, hear the true truth of what once happened to Scutch My Dog, the Antigod, and me. There is a growing valley of definitions explaining the premonitions of masculinity. Long gone the Old West, new conditions. If we knew our missions, we could spare our sanity. Plunder and murder was human's bread and butter, but add in immoral husbandry, and that unholy trinity was held tight securely in the land of sinners preaching purity. Bring forth the modern day, the unholy trinity made room for masochism and promiscuity. Some men speak to say that we've lost our way. Bring back nature and fill in man's affinity. Reject femininity, embrace the nuclear family, and discover traditional sanguinity. 'Cause it's the beeping phones that make us dull drones. Now mankind hath found his virginity. All I heard when I hit the curb was Roe v. Wade, Depp v. Heard, and I'm finally over my ex. There are no girl soldiers over Kia tonight. Fight the new fight, one will always have to pay for sex. None such are the concerns of a boy and his dog. Their interests are an entirely different conquest. They must confess a walk, a dinner, and a rest. That's an excitable boy's idea of success. Now, I never claimed to be a real man, but I've done things, and those things I've seen through. I fought my fights, I spoke my truth, but at heart I know I'll be outnumbered by 2. I used to idle and leer at the pitch. Kick me the ball, I wouldn't know what to do. 'Twasn't the fear of near injury, but the clear gap between what me and my peer knew. Scutch used to hide at the side of the breakfast line for morsels of bitters. As the runt of the litter, he suffered the brunt of the cruelest of the critters. A lone farm dog and a swarm of pointers bred by one of Ireland's breeders. They clipped off his tail in gun dog training to mimic those goose hunting predators. My boy's no predator, and I no soldier, but we went walking the prom at dawn regardless. The waves crashed and the dark foam splashed over black boulders in surplus. As if by imagination, this jagged rock formation presented to me a rustic fortress. This heartless-looking path led me down a wordless path of artless portraits. The wind began to cry. Lightning split the sky, and an untamed demon's voice spoke. Don't ask why or try to concide. You have pushed your words beyond common folk. And the devil appeared from an ugly nook and began to read a book hid from underneath his ragged cloak. You think you know words? Write me a rhyme better than mine, or I'll send your soul to hell in a stroke. You're bad at your job. Don't you cry for God. I'll have you forever. You've slept your last slumber. Scoff as you like, mean God. You were sold a raw fraud. I'll always welcome a new prisoner. Postulate sin or virtue, with or without curfew. On a ship of loyalty over fear, you're our sole mutineer. You reference folklore like a dyslexic keeping score. Once I incur, you'll know my name is Saint Lucifer. Well, shit, Mr. Satan. Howdy-do, I hearken from my golden cider cannabis consider dream. You serenade sweet ahead of the beat. It's a fate to even meet you. But I can't join in on this thing. Because the government done stole my phone and grey aliens got my poems and I busted up my hamstring. Let us off with a warning. Save it for the morning. The left wing, right wing, or good old-fashioned global warming. The devil downright laughed. The cold rain slashed. What a load of upright nonsense. You lose via cowardice. Now forego your life license and realize your eternal death sentence. Go, like the man you aren't. Forget your art. Go in silence, unlike how you entered in the past tense. I was truly afraid. Our bed was made. I felt the dying of my sentience and the strangling of my consciousness. But against the pistons in my mind, I saw a bright white light shine through the sky. Talk of mood swings, godly gold ribbons cast over tiny evil inklings. I swear to dog and tell no lie. Not trying to beg, Scutch sprung up on hind legs as if to decry. Go ahead, friend, give it a try. Believe or deny, I evoke no lie. My dog spoke a man's voice and said aloud as if to defy. Now this little poet bitch is mine, mister. So step it to me and find yourself a blister. So sock it to thee, 'cause I assume you fucking know me. Of mud, clovers, and Irish fog, my name is Scutch, and I'm the devil-eating dog. Now I've seen a whimp or two, but I ain't never seen a better stealth-pimp jigaloo. We would have passed you. We never even, ever fucking asked you. You could have given us a safe path through. Now I guess I'm just gonna have to tear you, I knew, blasted through, toe hold with a cajoled blowhole, enroll the devil's second new asshole. And like the faded memories of life before conception, my feelings boiled to a head, and then shattered in every direction, because that Satan-slaying Springer punched right forth and bit the neck of Lucifer with rabid force. I barely stood in complete and utter shock as my demigod goblin dog ate the entire fuck, leaving nothing but a keyless lock to a sorry soul of what is now not. Nobody knows which way the wind blows when time stands still. Writing false moments into known sonnets could make an honest man ill. The world's eyes are woven upon a loom of lies, but within the tallest fallacy, hear the true truth of what once happened to Scutch My Dog, the anti-god, and me. Wouldn't it have rocked if like the church bell ended right when it arrived? This next poem is about relationships and such. It's called Happy as Larry. Ripping moss off the rocks in my sneakers and socks. Getting lost, trying to cross the road of lots and lots of cars. To get over get lost as I flee from bandit pundits of funded arts. The punts divide their hunts like the cunts that they are. Because I bet Miss Girl Boss 20 balls of titty sauce at Hoss the boss will take a loss during the offensive toss, or I'll demoss the local chapel cross. So, Miss Magdalene, Madame Mary, what'd you say we get marry and marry? And if I keep you happy, maybe you keep me happy. Happy as Larry. Let me come clean, Miss Mary Magdalene. I could do with a little bit more of something. Mocking mops, copying cops, cropping crap snaps of crops, getting wasted, turned around, copied and pasted, burned, bummed out and twisted. To live twice before I die, to roll dice, say if I know what they know. That the show was a down low, past blame to and fro, to all that say so. And because it passes time, they'll all cross the line, so I'm inclined to remind my mind to refine my kind, or I'll find heaven and hell intertwined. So say, Alfonso, Monzo Donzo, what'd you say we write done gun gonzo? And if I keep you joyful, maybe you'd keep me joyful. Joyful as Jolene. Let me come clean, Miss Madonna Supreme. I could do it with a whole lot more of everything. Thank you all so much. This is a poem I wrote while I was living in Derry. And I'd like to dedicate it to my friend who was in the room at the time, Danny Burns. He's a really nice guy. He's English, but don't hold it against him. We were both really high on acid, and I was having a pretty rough time with it, you know? And I'd like to give Danny some writing credits for this one, because if it wasn't for him, I probably would have jumped out a window that night instead of writing this poem. And that's a one-story window, just to give you perspective. Apples and oranges, port wine in your pores for ages, 4 horsemen riding, suns ablaze in regions. Here's an actors, if you got room. Willfully cascade over plastic doom. Teachers, lawmen, gun guys, gay guys, technicians need paid, now or soon. Preachers, policemen, lawmakers, home bakeries, from now till past noon. What will we weep? Inhale smoke in Yellowstone. Bring out Obama's brand new drone. Whiskey, weed, weekends spent undone. If you don't have time for that same, forget frogs, fucking acid rain. Activism is for the free of mind. Activism is for the preoccupied, on the grind. Nobody fixes things around here. After ignorance realization, you think you need a beer. Deliverance from indifference, ablation, creation, dear. You disagree? Show me how it's done then, sister. It's your turn to steer. Roswell, Russell Crowe, Russell Brand on the dole. Wait, there's more. It feels like I said this shit before. Pull that skirt up or get dubbed a whore. The whale is dying, fellas. She's washed up on shore. I want a one-gun symphony, a written down Electric City. Get off the stage, you big fat phony. What are you gonna cry? Want your mommy? Where did we hide all of that money? What is life like the syrup and the honey? Just give the individual one last damn chance. That's right. Dance, monkey boy, baby, dance, dance. Nobody laughed when the killer whale kills. Well, not all of us. That cunt was highly skilled. Racism is so boring and rancid. This is what you get for dropping babbling acid. Over you scooch, father. Go easy on the hooch. Please no more spoon whacking on the perp pooch. Bark, bark, you're promised to walk in the dog-damned park. This is the dusty new internet age. No need to ask who is underage. I can't tell it's much more than luck. You must spend your soul in a machine to make your buck. So sod or soddy, you practice stoicism, but that doesn't mean that you are it in a decade where you can cause a problem as quickly as you can solve it. Maybe next year you'll pass the total tosser audit. Because we are but mere mice, singing sentiments forever in a loser's paradise.
Nice.
This poem is a weird one. So there was this this couple in the 80s, the Bakers, and they were an evangelical sort of like Christian couple, they weren't the type that would like, oh, we'll heal you, you know, we'll take you in, we'll touch you, we'll heal you. They weren't like that, but they were like, if you give us enough money, you'll get into heaven, you know. They made a movie about it that I haven't seen yet, but this poem is about the wife of that couple. The husband turned out not to be a really great guy, but the woman was one of the first people to really, of the Christian community, to really embrace the LGBT community. And it kind of closed the deal, because whenever she got sick, she got cancer in the late 2000s and stuff. And the New York LGBT community kind of came around her and made sure her last days were like not so empty. So from a religious perspective, I think it's a fascinating story. So this is a poem for her. It's called An Ode to Tammy Faye. I have made many sacred sacrifices and compromising compromises, but none of the moral degree, and I will never do to another man what he had done to me. So tell me, what does it feel like to be the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world, to be the apple of the eye, the catcher of my heroic lie? Why, I must say, you're the most gracious of women, Miss Tammy Faye. In the perfect world, we all still see and seek gods, but we see each other naked, the burning of the bush, the smoke into clouds. Our Mother, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy morning come from where we run, thy will be done in New York as it is in Pariah prison. Abstain from dismay, your daily dread, and forgive us your masses, as we forget he who trespassed against you. And cast us not into damnation, but deliver us from news people. Amen. My friend, you will be relieved from pressure by a prayer angel messenger. This is an ode to Tammy Faye Messner.
Yep.
I'm now getting into the portion where I have to read off my phone. This poem is called Heartbroken Jesus Fucking Christ on Ketamine. Yeah, that's a weird name, isn't it?
Nope.
A journalist of gonzo, a tosser in a poncho. My consciousness that rolls with punches and silly lunches that launches me over hunches and losses before they church us. As the watch watches following curious causes for the purposes of fondness. So be cautious of these crosses, tainted bosses, tilted tosses, we can dodge this. Branches of family-owned brooches, representing the choices of choosers and their coaches. The modern man reapproaches. I am fabulous, with an incredulous. Grasp, gasp, tightening the clasps, run maps. Of social masses with rightly enraged lower classes, rearranged asses that passes the last of us. Fake philosophy, kitchens and coffee, bathrooms and toffee. And is it this rhyme that you have lost me, and at this time you have forgotten me? I'm the good guy, the underdog, the cable guy, the lily pad frog, turning cogs in the midst of great fogs, finishing off the worker's log, the well-written sob. Now tell me, can you build it, Builder Bob? I will pay you with corn on the fucking cob. I am pathetic, with majestic, jested aesthetic. Crashed out without a credit, cashed out on a debit debt, as romantic as they can get, at least I forget all of what I remember, and what I regret. Who else is filnies on my shoes, riding along the curve of worldviews, spangled and mangled with the half-7 sunrise blues. Captain, cunt fuck, read me the new ruse. I could learn to read it myself, if I could choose. I could lose my way home, if I confused. Fleas and bees descend amongst trees for these are end times predictions, so abandon your many little fictions, and bask in the light of a God with real convictions. Restrictions, limitations, gliding visions, and hiding vibrations. I take reality and I fold her. Life is in the eye of the beholder. Death surmised by poet soldiers that only ever asked for one pure summer. Now I'm afraid I am betrayed. Just like Jesus, I can see this. Getting used, being abused, myself I excuse. For I only am, fuck all, but a man. Mother Nature's ironic diss on what whispers remain of God's plan.
Nice one, man.
This poem is called Comedy, Poetry, and Music.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone.
Yes. You're gonna have to unlock your iPhone, you know?
I'll tell you later.
Songwriting is similar to poetry. Poetry is similar to comedy. Comedy isn't similar to music, but musicians and comedians are similar. Writing poetry is like singing a song. Music writing is like telling a joke. Practicing stand-up isn't like spoken word. And poets are never funny. Making someone laugh is like reading a poem. Opening someone to cry is like telling them a joke. Moving someone to dance is like finding love. And the artist is never sure. A metaphor is just as good as the real thing. A ball and chain isn't like a commitment. It's amusing, but it isn't hilarious. And no one will ever love you. Keeping a beast in a cage isn't fair. Disorientation is the same four corners on repeat. Quarantine isn't the same as imprisonment. And the coronavirus is a hoax. The truth is similar to a good story. A decent yarn is similar to a life lived on stage. Wisdom isn't the same as knowledge. And information is relative. Philosophy is kind of like religion. Religion will leave you lost. Philosophy will make you indecisive. And there is no shame in looking for a better world. Anger isn't the same as a lack of kindness. Kindness is nothing without anger. Rage isn't to be repressed, and evil is as real as love. Happiness is like a garden. A garden isn't like sadness. The pursuit overwaters the flowers, and the decay begins. Death might as well be sleep. Rest isn't a lifestyle. God is dead, and you will never die. This poem is called The Meaning of Words. A man stumbled at full speed up to the microphone. Speaking over a sea of commotion for a full second, he felt all alone. He asked, "Can you take the meaning out of words?" And the lambasted ambassador took a lull and a half, deeper breath, shifted and said, "You can use them however you like. You can know them or learn them. You can say one thing and do another. You can say something but mean some other. But you cannot, no you can't, take the meaning out of words, nor the wisdom out of meaning. You can have fully transparent heroes. You can even take the piss out of someone. You can falsely paint your nemesis. You can hold what you hold dear and be the antithesis. But you cannot, no you can't, take the cowardice out of irony, nor the brevity out of wit. You can scrape miles off the journey. You can put it all on black. You can take the morals out of morality. You can take the facts out of factuality. But you cannot, no you can't, take the sense out of common wisdom, nor the rationality out of actuality. You can take the blood out of a pig. You can take the gold out of the mountains. You can take the heart out of a body. You can take the soul out of the brew. But you cannot, no you can't, take the lover out of me, nor the beauty out of you. Don't worry, we're getting close to the end, don't worry. This poem is called Secret Gardens. Before the loser's paradise, there was the secret gardens. When you asked constant pardons, and you saw the heart before it hardens. Free-flowing, cool, but not wet grass, and a quarter cloudless blue sky with dark to light axis contrast. Yogurts, sugar puffs, and tuna sandwiches. Ripped trousers with patches, and swinging gates with broken latches. Coherent heartthrobs and hide-and-seek strategies. I'm not the fastest, but I ain't one of the game's casualties. In the absence of time, anything could be an hour, and like how the bee descends towards the flower, I lay down my arms and refuse to fight, although I see there is no end in sight. I feel I can hold on a good little while longer, and make peace with the warmonger. Like some egotistical patriot for thee, I would lay me down amongst ashes and debris. Forget these patterns you hate to see repeating. Please shield your eyes, my love, they will soon be receding. Bypass the signs yelling for you to give up and run. Enroll your life carelessly to live but for a nominal sum. And with peace realize that there's enough love under the moon and sun for pretty much everyone. Ignore the ironic hypocrisy in the children that sing. feel love more than the price of a wedding ring. And please acknowledge that there's a tiny amount of beauty to be seen in almost everything.
Yes, sir.
3 more poems to go. And so I just wanted to say that this is like amazing. Like, I've never really been given an opportunity like this before, so I just wanted to big thanks to Seán for giving me this opportunity.
Yep.
It really means a lot to me. This poem is called Boy Victim. I'm going to try and do it from memory. He was just a little boy, with gayness in his step, perhaps a little bit coy, but with the wilderness under his breath. The son of a funny man, the light of his mother's eyes, sings a star of Bethlehem till the ruthless crucifix cries. He can't believe his own kind would do this to him. Before he had a matured mind, will his life ever begin? But he loves that woman. You can bet the farm on that. But he found when they were alone, a secret darkness had traced his tracks. He's still a little boy on a lost lover's mission. He was just a little boy, boy victim. This poem's called By the Skin of My Teeth. I'll keep this speech brief, Chief, 'cause each and every breach has beached on the reef, and the beef is some leech has impeached this boat's reach. Calling onward relief, I think I might make it without hurt by the skin of my teeth. Because I just keep thinking of how she's missing from my mission listing, and I'm wishing she's thinking of my being. But who am I kidding? I just keep reminiscing on how we could have been a serene, supreme, sane team, if you know, whatever that means. I quit meditating at the best Irish funeral, and I started drinking at the worst English wedding, and I started smoking somewhere in Scotland. Pierced, ace, missed, trapped and traced, but missed and misplaced, somehow erased, your place in the race, and the taste is laced, its base in the chase. You can see it in every face. Like a needle and thread, we'll put these wobbly woes to bed. Take the red straight out of our heads, 'cause you kept the kids red with the dogs fed, and the mad said you can tread the dread, you can spread the message said. As the words bled through the soul shreds, you can break the breakable bread. I quit caring at the very beginning, and I started trying at the most recent inning, and I started spinning when I started singing. With a granite cracking in the insane rain lashing, a dashing, dying passion of a passing, loud amassing, a contrasting, outlasting, super surpassing, crashing, transisting song for singing. It's just the very last thingy thing. It's the only final time pinnacle where a minuscule amount of cynical thought is critical and can't spin you finical. So, Captain Miserable, get up there and man the damn binnacle. Steer the horn through the storm, 'cause you're sworn to adorn the worn, forlorn norm form. So mourn your scorn and let it be shorn that is in your side since you were born. The roaring, toring, torment, thorn will be torn. I quit reading when I started writing, and I started thinking when I started forgetting, and I quit bestowing once I stopped knowing. Give it a break, stir the ache, awake the steak, fake the fake, taint the tent, scale the lake, quick to make, bake the cake, and eat it way too quick. Turn the leaf, spread the keef, walk the beach, preach, don't screech, teach the foreteach. Come what, whatever be it, through hell or in wreath, I think I'm gonna make it by the skin of my teeth. Again, thank you so much, guys. This is going to be my last poem, and then I'm going to skedaddle. This is a nice one, though. Don't worry. This is called Peace in the Meadows. You're playing the hardest role, fitted and committed, the strongest soul I've ever known. But when you listen, you hear that there will be peace. Love is blind, but listen and you will find that there's peace. Peace, peace. There's peace in the meadows. I'm the luckiest guy I know. I wish there was a way to repay every friend I've ever known. But when I listen, I hear that there will be peace. Listen and see. Life is fiery with its beauty. And there's peace, peace, peace. There's peace in the Meadows.
No. That was brilliant, wasn't it? So, go on, get that indeed. Go on. Was that great? Are you all having a good time? Yeah. Also, Seán Oak, sorry, for saying your name wrong. Obviously, that was Seán Oak Gibson. I don't want to. I'll not begin to tell you who Seán Oak McVeigh is. You're better off. The last time, this is the second one, and the last time I referred to my missus as my ex-missus. So it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, it was terrible. It was we'll have a sus, will we? We'll have a wee break, yeah? If you want to come back, I feel like a t-shirt. It's 9 o'clock. If you want to come back in if you want to come back in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, say 15, I'll take 20, right?